Oh man, it's that time. It's that time, baby. It's election show. It's election Sunday. Got AC and Jack in the house. Hopefully, we might get a couple drop-ins by Pablo and D. Might even have another guest or two if possible. Patreon fam, I'll put the link on Patreon if you want to join the stage and talk about matchups and everything you're seeing on Selection Sunday. Take the link, join the link. We'll put you on stage. All right. It's a big night, Jack.
I love this. This is my favorite Sunday of the year, every year.
It's the night everybody's been waiting for, man.
Exactly. Never a bad day. Even last year when Duke got dropped a seed for a game they should have won.
Yep.
Never a bad day.
Not for real, right?
Seriously.
This is where what do they say? Dreams are made and hopes are crushed and all the other stuff.
All of that. All of that.
The above.
Special. It's special.
It is, man. It is. It's a fun time of year. I think I have a feeling the one seeds are sewn up.
Need to go through all the papers now. What all the shit is that has gotten stacked up over here either.
Well,
hey, what's up,
Bob? Pablo in the mix.
Shit. How y'all doing?
Dang, I don't think I talked to you.
Looks like we got our number one overall seed. It is UConn. UConn is playing in Brooklyn.
Damn, they started already. UConn and Stetson. Well, I don't think we get the 116 out of that region.
I hope not. Stetson. I'm happy for Stetson. I got a friend who went to Stetson, and now they earned that.
They're in the MAC, the MAAC. Is that what they're in?
I believe they are. Are we gonna get the 8-9 here?
They only got an 8 seed. Ooh,
I mean, they kind of. I'm kind of surprised they got in, but that's gonna be really fun.
Florida Atlantic. You surprised Florida Atlantic got in?
Yeah.
PDMF, Dylan Wright.
They deserve to be in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you're telling me that the committee is smart?
No, I'm not telling you that they're smart, but that's gonna be a hell of a matchup. FAU against Northwestern. That's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be a crazy matchup.
That's a crazy matchup.
Yes, sir. All right. I'm excited. Go, Chris Collins.
Duke's not a 4 in the East. All right, somebody's way ahead of me because I'm definitely behind.
I got the SDSU review.
SDSU and UAB. That's all I got too.
Who are they playing? UAB.
UAB. I just got that.
UAB's a tough team too, man.
That's UAB's dangerous. I just watched that game.
Auburn too. UConn's got a tough region, bro. Not gonna lie. If they make it through, kudos to them for real.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
But UConn makes it through.
And they got Yale.
Out of this region, that's a tough region, bro.
Auburn against Yale.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun. All right, let's see. We got the.
Am I using that region too? They got the 6 seed.
Give me the 6-11.
We in here, yes, sir. I'm
Brigham Young.
if you're on the Patreon, bro, come in and get that link, dog. I think you're on the Patreon, right?
Crazy.
And get that link. Come on stage, my dude.
Oh, Duquesne.
Duquesne's not. They're not bad. They're overseeded as an 11 though.
Nah, they got a good team.
Yeah,
they do have a good team. I think they're overseeded as an 11 though.
All right, let's get that. Illinois.
Illinois got the what they get the 3.
Yeah, they got the 3.
Illinois
they're playing.
Man.
They're tough, but that's simultaneously an upset alert if they get a bad draw.
Not with Moorhead though. Moorhead's decent. I don't think they can beat Illinois though.
Shout out Kenneth Farid.
Kenneth Farid University.
So this entire section of the bracket's in Omaha. That's crazy.
That link is in the Patreon. If you're on the Patreon, it's in the comments on the live where I put the thing about the live tonight.
Washington State.
If you can't see it, I'll send it to you directly on Twitter.
That's a good 7. That's a really good 7.
Washington State got a 7? Bro, that's a setup for whoever's the 2.
I'm about to say the East is looking real weak right now.
You say weak?
Yeah, that shit is looking weak, bro.
I don't know, bro. I feel like the East is kind of strong right now.
Nah, I
feel like the East looks kind of tough right now, man. That's a tough bracket.
Oh, damn. Carolina's going to get a 1.
Oh, Carolina's definitely getting a 1.
I thought they might fall off after losing, and Iowa State won. Iowa State just got the 2.
Iowa State.
Everybody
Ooh-wee.
Iowa State didn't have the resume to get a 1.
I was hoping you would.
I was hoping they would get a 1. They got South Dakota.
How y'all
South-
doing today? Everybody good?
What's good, dog? What's good,
It's
Eddie?
good.
Yeah, living it up,
Chilling,
Eddie.
man.
Good, man.
That's a tough
That's,
matchup, man.
That's Iowa State's bracket to take, man.
Look, like I said, I kudos. Like last year, look, you win the title, you win the title. Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna play the game of. I'm not gonna play the game of weak region or whatever else. Like you win the title, you win 6 games in a row. You win 6 games in a row. Like congratulations, but like UConn's gonna earn that shit this year if they make it to the Final Four. That's tough,
That's a
man.
tough-
I'm
good
saying
bracket.
that's not an easy bracket, dog.
They in a tough bracket though. You kind
Man, they got Illinois
a good
too.
bracket.
Dang.
I think it's a tougher bracket than you saying, Pops. I really do.
I don't know, man. I mean,
I like UAB. I like
I mean, this-
San Diego State. I like Northwestern.
damn.
I missed the.
tough.
Is this
They
the
got
first
the
bracket
squad,
they
though.
reveal?
Yeah,
Yeah,
first
it's
one
the
so
first
far.
Okay.
Like Duquesne, if Duquesne was like a 14, I would have picked them as an upset for somebody as a 3. But Duquesne as 11, I can't pick that upset. That's too high.
They might beat BYU, bro.
I mean, you get with like at least 1-11-6 every year. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
anymore, man. Look, you liable to get a 16-1 when we said that wouldn't happen ever. You liable to get that shit happen. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But I'm gonna get this. I want Imod in here, so I don't think Imod got on the. I don't think he saw the Patreon. Like, I'm gonna get you Imod.
Yeah, I was watching y'all
Man,
on YouTube for a minute, but then I saw AC said the link is in the Patreon, so I jumped
Yes, sir.
over.
Absolutely, dog. I might have sent you the link on the on Twitter on the DM, by the way. Make sure y'all join. If y'all want, join the Patreon. Join free. You can join the free tier.
Yeah,
and get
Patreon's free for now.
on this live tonight, so you don't got to pay.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
they went to commercial break. All right, Jack, you got that? You got the bracket? Are you
Yeah.
able to put the bracket back on the screen?
Give me
Yeah,
a
you got a
sec.
guess?
Give me a sec. It
little-
crashed. I'm trying to pull up
Little
just an
Duke
image.
fan?
Yeah,
My
man. This is my little road dog doing the games
That's
right
what's
here.
up. That's what's up. First glance, who y'all
good.
got coming? We'll look at it again. First glance, who y'all got coming out of that region? First glance, first reactions.
UConn or Iowa State?
I was thinking
Iowa State.
I don't think Iowa State's gonna make it out of the first weekend, man.
Dang.
I don't.
You
Dude.
on
I don't
drugs.
trust. I don't trust them, dog. I don't trust them.
You wildin'. Nah, why not?
Wow.
I don't,
That's a hot
I don't
take.
know, dude. I don't like
That's a hot take.
offensively. Like they're good. They're obviously a great defensive team. Offensively, I don't know if their guards can. Like if they face a team that's shooting real hot against them, because again they really hold their hat on that defensive side. So if you got a team that's going against your game plan, which is their game plan, obviously is defense, turning you over and stuff like that. If they're playing a team that's not doing that and they're hitting their shots, I mean Iowa State they're kind of like UVA almost, where if they get down, it's tough for them to come back.
They got a way better
what happens
offense
in the
than
tournament.
UVA though.
They absolutely have way better offense than UVA. That's not my point. I'm not saying they're the same team as UVA. I'm saying that them being down is not. It's not great. Iowa State all season, if they've gone down, it's been tough for them to make that comeback. That's all I'm trying to say.
Man, I mean, I'm just trying to figure.
I mean, didn't
don't
they have
know
a
who
huge
really-
comeback just a couple weeks ago, though?
I think
On their
I think
senior
they
day?
did. I mean, it
I was
can happen,
watching
right?
that.
Like, yeah. Look, I ain't saying that shit. Look, they're a good team. They're a really good
Who
team.
you
They
got, who you
obviously-
got, AC? Who you think coming out?
out of this region? I need to see the bracket again. I forgot because I mean, obviously.
Give me a sec, AC.
I think it looks harder for UConn than it is up top with Florida Atlantic and Northwestern them being up there, but I still think UConn comes out of that side of the bracket at least. But that bottom side is tough, man. With Illinois there, with Iowa State there. Illinois is not a bad team, man. They're not a bad team. They really
They're
can
not.
make some noise.
They're one of those teams that I
They
feel like
scored a bunch
is very
of points.
boom or bust.
Yeah,
I feel like they're either making it to the Final Four or they're not going to make it out of the first weekend.
right, kind of right. That's kind of how I feel about them, man. You got Josh Green and CT on they added to the stage. If y'all want to see CT, I'm gonna add you to the stage. It looks like your camera's off. That's fine. You can keep your camera off. No big deal. You can just go mic only.
All right, we got the show back.
Yep, show's back on.
Just so y'all know, you guys are going to see. Here's the East. So hold on.
Yeah, so you can put the East up while they unveil the South.
Up, Houston's the one.
South.
Let me send this. It is just not letting me.
That's all right.
I'm getting hit with them limitations.
Oh, they playing in Memphis.
Yeah, they're playing in
Oh,
Memphis too.
Ooh.
For that first weekend, or for the first weekend, yeah. They got
damn,
long
I
way
ain't even gonna
up.
be here.
All
The
right.
tournament start this Friday. It start this Friday, right?
Thursday, Friday,
Thursday,
Friday, and they
yeah.
got the Friday
Yep.
game.
Longwood got the 16.
Well, actually,
Mhm.
we should have the play-in games on Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday, right?
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday playing games.
Let's go,
Nebraska's in this
Longwood.
region? Is Nebraska the 9 or the 8? Okay.
They the 8.
They got that little Japanese cat. I like him.
Yeah, he nice. He nice. Little lefty. He nice. He got game. Let's see
CT, I
who
took
they
you off
match
stage
up
for now. When you want to jump back on, I'll put you back on. Just put it in the comments that you want to talk.
Oh, they got Texas A&M.
Ooh, that's a tough draw for
And
both
then
sides,
they
actually.
kind of flail into it to end the season, though.
I fully expect Duke to get the 4 in the South and get Brooklyn.
Oh, that's right. Brooklyn's the 4 seed.
That's Friday.
Yeah.
I was thinking they
All
would
right,
send us out west, but
Wisconsin got the 5. Interesting.
Chucky Hepburn ain't happy at all. He just want to
They got JMU. JMU might take Wisconsin out, dog.
Shout out TK.
Shout
Shout out TK.
yes, for sure. Shout out TK. I love JMU, man. I don't know if y'all been down to their campus, man, but they have a good time, man.
They definitely have a good time at
Yeah.
JMU. They be partying.
That's facts.
We got the 4 seed here in the South.
It is.
I don't see us dipping below 4.
My fault.
Number 4 in the South is Duke.
watch
My
Duke.
fault.
Duke be a
Damn,
force.
there it is. There it is. They've been predicting us with Houston the entire time.
I
Ever
actually
since they
love that
started
for us.
Brandon Holiday. They've been predicting us with Houston the entire time, bro. I knew we'd get
I
Vermont.
love that for us.
I knew we'd get Vermont. I like that. I'll take that. I was not impressed with them yesterday.
Well,
I knew we'd get Vermont, yo.
let's go.
I'll take that, dog.
Let's dance.
Texas Tech in the 6. NC State.
That's gonna be a good game.
NC State getting bounced first game. They had that little magic. They getting bounced.
Texas Tech is tough, man. They tough.
Yeah, NC State getting bounced. That was a nice run. Y'all kept UVA out. I appreciate that.
And USC. And you. Oh, the tournament you mean? Yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about
I did be. I meant USC from the title, so yeah.
all the above. They did their part. They put Kentucky on our side too. Well,
All right,
Dang,
whoa.
Oh, they ain't playing.
they ain't messing around
That's a
in the tournament,
stacked region.
Shit.
With Oakland too.
I want to see that.
That's gonna be 100
wanna
to
see that.
106.
That Kentucky and Texas Tech game gonna be crazy if they make it.
Game.
Wow, we got Florida too. Jeez.
Florida, they got their dudes hurt, but I mean, they'll be able
Oh,
to regroup
yeah.
after
Did you
that.
guys see that? That was awful.
It was awful.
No, I
It was
didn't
awful.
see it.
Like,
Oh, they
barely
got
any
Florida
time
got
into the
playing.
game.
Boise
Awful.
State got in. They did, didn't they?
Hell yeah, Boise State got in. They
They
nice,
did,
bro.
didn't they? Yeah, they nice. They are nice.
Colorado-
My apologies. My
Oh, man.
apologies to
Colorado
Boise State
should
fans.
not be a play-in.
Boise State, Colorado. That's gonna be a fun game. That's on. That'll be on Wednesday, right?
That's crazy. Yeah,
I
it
think
should
so.
be.
And they don't have to go very far either from Dayton. Just Dayton over Indianapolis. Marquette's gonna get bounced early, dog. That's fraudulent. They are fraudulent. They said Kolik's gonna be back. I don't care. Marquette's been fraudulent all year.
Nah, they got a squad, bro. They just been them
Yeah.
injuries.
They got a
man.
squad. Doesn't mean we have to
Yeah,
believe in that squad, though, Pablo.
Yeah, all right.
No, you're right, but I mean they got
I
so
ain't
much,
impressed with
they got
them.
so much cohesion on that motherfucking team, bro. Them motherfuckers are good, and they lock up and play defense.
So we got.
I
the
feel like
potential-
Colorado got robbed. They're too good for a
the
Colorado got robbed. They're too good for a playing game.
We got
That
a
is
potential
that is
national
interesting
championship
for them to play a game.
rematch
What's
between
that?
Duke and Wisconsin. Potential.
Oh, give me that.
See that?
Nah.
See
Give me
that?
JMU. Give me Duke versus the Dukes on Sunday.
Not
Make
that.
Jimmy's life real.
Oh yeah.
TK is going to be conflicted.
Make TK's life real messy. Now he knows how I feel.
You felt that way once.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you were also in a can't lose situation there.
I like not saying that they're gonna upset. I like that Kentucky Oakland matchup, man. That's gonna be fun, dog. That's a lot of points going up on the board.
Marquette getting a 2 is absurd.
Nah, I think they deserved it too. They earned it too with their schedule, but they lost a lot of their big games that they played. They lost a lot of games that they played to tournament teams.
And
So y'all
they
saying
still
Florida got a shot to make a run. Then?
I like the way Joe put that. All gas, no brakes. Yeah, you're right.
that is a very, very good way to describe that region. That's crazy.
All gas, no brakes. I'm cool with it, man. Let's see. Kyle said not a fan of that bracket. Hey, man, you got to win the games in front of you now. So
You gotta win them. You gotta win them.
I like the Vermont. Honestly, I like the Vermont matchup. Maybe I'm a little too overconfident about that, but I'm sure I'll be told in the comments by you fans on YouTube that I'm too overconfident about us beating Vermont. We should beat Vermont. I don't see why that's a problem.
Look, we're going to be doing a lot of scouting the next few days. So
Oh yeah,
That game will be tough. It'll be tough. It'll be a tough game.
they're gonna try to slow us down a little bit. I'm not impressed by Vermont. Honestly, I'm not.
How's McCain eye doing? Anybody knows? I mean, I know he got his stitch. I mean,
He good. He
So,
ain't worried about it.
The issue with stitches.
my
so he should be good by
understanding, my understanding is he was just kind of thrown off by it more than anything.
the time. Sure.
I mean, I'm sure it was. I mean, yeah.
He just had a bad shooting night.
Mm-hmm.
See, I agree with this take.
Yeah, far
Like
better.
Colorado got robbed. They're going to be forced
Absolutely.
to play in Dayton. They're going to have potentially playing 3 games in 5 days against a team
Yeah.
that's going to be much, much better rested.
Mm-hmm.
I really think they got screwed by that.
Although, I mean, shoot, you saw what it did for NC State being able to
Yep,
play
I
a
was
little
about to
bit.
say
You
the
know what I mean?
same
Like,
thing.
That's true. But that
Yeah.
state wasn't traveling. Colorado's going to have to
no,
travel
you're
out
right,
of Dayton.
You're right. Aren't they playing? They're
At
playing
this
in
point,
Indy,
though, it don't even
They're
matter.
playing in Indy. You could take an Uber from Indy to Dayton. And be all right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the difference. Yeah.
That's like they're
quick.
not traveling across the country or
Yeah.
anything. Like,
Still.
so that helps a little bit. I mean, obviously it's not that close, but you know what I'm saying, not that close to getting Uber, but you know what I mean.
Give me Western Kentucky. I agree with Ahmad said.
I don't.
It depends on if
I don't know about
Kolek
that
is
one.
able to play 100%.
Kolek said he's playing.
Fully depends on that.
whether he's 100% or not. He said he's playing.
Yeah,
They
and
will-
that's
they
going to
will
be
make
the
it
X factor
through-
is his health.
Yeah, but their leading scorer is not even Kolek. It's the other cat. What's his name? Why am I blanking on his name all of a sudden?
Cam Jones.
Yeah, Cam Jones. Brother Reality said, I highly doubt Vermont won't be a tough game. Or I highly doubt Vermont will be a tough game. Okay, yeah. I agree, Brother Reality. I don't think that's going to be a tough game.
I think it's going to be an
We're gonna do,
interesting game, and I
we're gonna
think
do
the
some
team
coaches'
might
corner
try
stuff,
to
too.
make it tough, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We're gonna do some coaches' corners on all the potential matchups that we have in the first weekend. So we're gonna do. We'll look at Wisconsin. We'll look at JMU. We'll look at Vermont, and just see how they kind of match up versus Duke if they happen to play Duke. Obviously Vermont does play Duke for sure, so we'll definitely dive into them a little bit deeper. But we're gonna look at everybody, and we're gonna do a coaches' corner here on the Patreon. So make sure you join the Patreon because it's the only way you can get it. So we're gonna take a look.
And I need that schedule. I need to know when the games are.
Yeah, they didn't release
always
any
the
kind of
thing.
game times or anything yet, right?
I need game time so I know if I can go up to Brooklyn.
And expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn
You
more.
might just have to take some sick leave, Jack.
I was thinking about it, man. Like,
No, that's not my issue. My issue is I'm a coach. I got a game on Friday.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Where's your game at?
Philly.
Philly. Oh, yeah.
It's only a couple hours, but
What time is the game?
4.
4 o'clock.
So unless you get to 9 o'clock,
the game's gonna end. If we got the 9:30 tip, you can make it.
that's the if.
Cal
You
says
need
out of
that.
Wisconsin and JMU, who do we want? I want either one, but
I want
I think we
JMU
match
just
up-
because I
I
want to
think
see
we match up
TK
with
super
either one.
conflicted.
yeah, that's what I want. I want JMU.
I don't think it's
I
gonna be
want
that
TK's
hard
life to be
for him, but
miserable.
Yeah, was already in full swing as evidence. The top seed was victorious in just
All right, here we go. What we got? The Midwest.
tournaments. Halfway through the bracket now.
Yeah, Midwest time.
He go AC
Midwest.
favorite player. AC favorite
Zach
player.
E. Not making it out of the second round again.
Hey, they made it out of the second round a few years ago.
A couple years ago they did.
Don't forget, they lost to St. Peter's.
Yes, they did.
All-time leading scorer Saturday for the conference semifinal classic, won by Wisconsin.
Grambling
Man.
State.
They will face the winner from Wednesday's matchup at the first four in Dayton between Montana State, the Big
Montana
Sky
State,
Jets,
Grambling.
and Grambling State.
Did you guys see that championship game between Montana and Montana State?
I didn't see that one. No.
It was a late night game on, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday. It was
Yeah.
incredible.
Was that the Big West Championship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Big
I missed
Sky.
that
Big
one.
Sky. Big
Big
Sky.
Sky. That's right. Big Sky. That's right.
It was
Yeah, I missed that one.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
0 points from last year's tournament team. They won the
Utah
Mountain
State
West
TCU. That could be a good matchup.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
That's a fun matchup.
The 8 seed against the 9 seed.
Dude, I like seeing a good Utah State, man. It's good. I like seeing them.
Shout out Ryan Odom
Morals
for making them
also,
good
I
last year.
love Moral, dog. Gonzaga got a 5, huh?
It's their first time in that 12-5 matchup, though.
McNeese?
I don't think I've seen them that low in years. That's crazy.
Nah, we haven't.
Maybe back in a Cinderella slot.
McNeese. Give me McNeese over Gonzaga. Seriously. Give me that.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a close game.
It
That's
is.
gonna be a close game. McNeese.
Will,
is one of
Will
those-
Wade, baby.
Exactly. Give me Will Wade
Yeah.
over Mark Few. Come on.
Wait, dog. McNeese is one of those squads too. Like with their roster construction, like they're not like a mid-major where like everybody's 6'2". Like they got some decent size. They got some good guards. They play good defense under Will Wade. Like that's a good matchup, man.
I would
Kansas.
like to see it. I would like to see a Kansas Gonzaga second round. Though. That would
Kansas
be fun.
falling to a 4 is insane. Like, it's deserved, but it's insane.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've seen him there.
Samford.
Who was in for the first goal since 2000. Get ready
Stanford,
to
huh? I got to dive on that one a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know
That's
enough
crazy.
about Stanford.
I would not have had them in a 13.
You think they're better, or you think they're worse than the 13?
I think they're probably like a 15.
I don't know enough about Stanford to give a good initial reaction on them.
That's going to be a hand. And let's go to the bottom half now.
That's speed down to a 6, huh?
These are games in
I think
Pittsburgh
they got at least a
on
5 or a
Thursday,
4.
starting with South Carolina, the 6th seed. After being picked to finish last in the SEC,
Yeah.
they tied for
I mean, South Carolina earned that 6.
Since 2017.
It's kicked lately.
I'm about to say, I think they could get bounced first round.
Look,
Yep.
well, they're going to lose to Oregon. But they earned that 6
lose to
in
Oregon?
both ways.
I don't think they're gonna lose.
I think they can lose to Oregon. I think they could. When I
Oregon
said they
wasn't
earned
gonna
that
make it
6,
in
I
if
mean
they
they
didn't win,
earned making the
if they didn't win
tournament, but they earned their spot as a 6. Like, they are not better despite having been ranked higher all season.
Oregon won the Pac-12
Like-
tournament, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oregon's on a hot streak.
I mean, that's the only way they
Carolina's
were getting in the
decidedly
tournament was them
not.
winning the tournament. So
Yeah. Akron Creighton is going to be a fun one.
Akron's a good squad.
Yeah, they got a squad. Akron do got a squad.
That's going to be really fun.
I like Creighton though. I watched
UVA
him
got
play
in.
a couple of games this
UVA,
season.
Colorado State.
No.
Hey man,
Oh,
UVA
wow,
deserved to
they
be
did.
in.
They got in.
that's 5 for the ACC at least.
I get, yeah, it's good for the conference, but like,
I'll take that.
bruh,
Does
do you think
get left
Clemson makes it?
out? Clemson ain't getting left out, right?
Nah, I think
They
they
do
gotta
that to
make
them.
it. They gotta make it.
Nah, hell nah. They getting left out.
Oh,
You think they
man.
get left out?
You think Pitt makes it?
Clemson is buns. They
I don't
getting
think Pitt
left
makes
out.
it either. We
I
might
don't
just
think-
get 4.
I don't think Pitt makes it. I
We
thought
might just get
Clemson
4.
would make it though.
I would hate to have just 4, but I also don't really know if any more than 4 are
That is a
deserving.
defensive
Frankly,
weekend.
any more than 3 are deserving.
That is
I
a
just feel like
defensive ass
because
weekend.
NC State ended up in ours, it got to be. I feel like it would be at least one in every bracket, but I could be wrong.
We didn't have any ACC teams in the East bracket, though.
Tennessee, St. Peter's.
Yo,
Oh, okay.
go Peacocks! Peacocks versus an SEC team as a 15. Give me that.
Tennessee gonna be the dog shit out of St. Peter's.
Come on. Nah. We said that about Kentucky. Come on,
They're gonna be the
AC.
dog shit out of St. Peter's, yo.
We said that about Kentucky. You and I said that. We have it on recording. We said they were going to beat the crap out of St. Peter's, and look what happened. Who went to the Elite Eight? And I really wish they had gone to the Final Four. But who went to the Elite Eight?
Tennessee gonna be dog shit out of St. Peter's.
I might just pick them just to spite you. I might pick them over Tennessee.
Don't forget, Patreon fam, we're gonna have a 5-point fam bracket challenge too. Winner of the bracket challenge gets a free year on the premium tier. So
Who's
make sure
gonna
y'all
be
join up.
unfaithful? Who's gonna be unfaithful not to do?
And Tennessee, where Rick Barnes,
TK.
Tennessee coach, I think
TK. Look at Jack looking. Jack.
It's not going to be me. It's not going to be me. I never don't pick Duke. The only year I've ever not picked Duke to win.
I always think about all the way through.
Only year in my life I've ever picked not Duke to win was 2021. Exactly. I picked Duke to win in 2016.
When we had Joshua Roberts and Greg Paulus leading the team, I still picked us to win the title.
I picked Duke to win in 2008.
It's almost ready for your picks.
I didn't do a bracket
on the
for 15
TV
when we won, so.
Clemson, New Mexico. Those are the bubble squad.
On edge among those still waiting. St. Mary's, Clemson, New Mexico.
Man, I hope Clemson gets in.
I mean, it'll be good for the conference if they do. That's for sure.
It's good for the conference, and also they can play. Like I like Clemson.
Tackle shots.
They can definitely give somebody some tough time. That's for sure.
They could give someone some trouble.
They can definitely give somebody some tough times. All right, so
They could get a 12.
Who you got coming out of the Midwest, Eddie?
Oh man, I gotta see let's see the bracket again.
Hold on. AC, can you get that up on like Twitter or something?
Try. Yeah, I'm gonna try. Let's see what we got. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find it and share the screen. I need to be able to actually
Welcome to Troy.
All right.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra available with the.
See, Uncle Drew said he can't pick against Duke. See, that's
Yeah,
the
I know
problem.
that feeling. I know that feeling.
We'll never pick Duke to lose. My little brother picked Duke to lose once. Fun fact. It was in the final. He had them losing in the Final Four to Notre Dame in 2015.
Look,
He
you
needs to
can,
slap himself.
I get it.
I had
get it
Duke
when
beating
the
Kentucky in the chip
stuff.
that year.
I'm a fan first. I'm a fan over anything else.
Look, I'm a fan. I spent the past week being a professional hater. So
I'm a fan over anything else, man. I can't sit here and pick against my squad. I ain't gonna do that.
never.
Tennessee is strong in that bracket. So I can't remember who else was in there.
In the Midwest, yeah, no, I'm trying to see if I can find something that's not CBS Sports, because CBS Sports has some crazy government level encryption where you can't put that stuff on the screen share. Oh, dang.
It's one line of
All right,
code.
look, here's I'm gonna go ahead and share this. Spoiler alert: if anybody was hoping to be surprised by, oh no, never mind. I apologize. This is somebody guessing. Never mind. I thought somebody had the entire bracket up.
Nope.
That's what I'm guessing. Never mind.
NSP's
All right, we just have to wait.
the largest personal injury law firm in the country. Firearms for your home and truck wreck
Still
case.
searching, see if I can find something. I'll have to wait, I think.
Most often, at least 2 lawyers work on each case. For traumatic injury and wrongful death cases, call 1-800-LAW 4004 and seek a TNS.
AC, is everyone else seeing AC as purple?
Champions.
I am.
You want me as
Yeah.
purple?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
wow.
literally purple.
Hey, yo.
Oh, I don't know, Grimace.
Hold on, I'm gonna hop
Wow.
off stage and come back. Oh, damn.
Yeah, it flipped like a couple seconds ago. I was like, what's going on?
James Madison is kind of scary. No, AC, you gotta turn your camera off and back on.
Yeah, your whole screen was purple that time. You got oh, there go UNC #1 right there. That's 1C.
They don't deserve it.
They should have gave it to Tennessee.
What
I
would
agree.
give to
Tennessee
go
or
out and
Iowa
party in
State.
DC to go out and party in DC with Howard if they beat North Carolina. That'd be right down there.
Kenny Blakeney. Come on, Kenny Blakeney.
Kenny Blakeney has
Go.
There you go, AC.
it's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, you back to being black.
You beat
Look,
you beat me to it, Pablo.
That's what I hope our backcourt can do too. I hope our backcourt gets back to being a little blacker too. You know what I mean? We're playing a little light skin right now.
Man.
Michigan State got in.
Playing a little light skin right now, my dude.
They're
Man.
never gonna leave them out of the tournament. They always gonna get in.
Mhm.
They don't deserve it. But that's tournament team win for us. They'll beat Carolina if they get to the second round.
Joe said it again. Colorado should be far higher. Look, if I know anything about Joe, Joe's gonna post all week about this. I understand that. I feel you, Joe. I feel you. That means we got Arizona in the same bracket as UNC. Good point.
Oh,
man.
yo, give me that. Give me that
Good
matchup.
point. We got the
That'd be
Deja
so
Kelly
funny.
matchups firing up for the Elite Eight.
Ooh,
Dave
St.
John
Mary's
Kelly
and Grand
region.
Canyon is fire. That's a fire
That's a good matchup. That's a really good matchup.
That's a
Yeah,
dope matchup.
That's a great matchup.
Does Arizona get the 2, you think?
Oh yeah, Arizona gets a 2 in this matchup. North Carolina and Arizona in the Elite Eight, man. With Grand Canyon, that's too ironic.
Let's take
Trip.
Izzo knocking off
Oh.
UNC in the second round.
I'll take Izzo, yeah. Or
Yeah, I'm taking Izzo.
who's in Mississippi State? Nobody.
Oh,
Nobody
there we
relevant.
go. There we go.
C of C could put up a fight against Bama.
Charleston.
So
Charleston's
Clemson is
good,
in.
man.
Yeah, they
Charleston's
could put up a good fight against Bama. Clemson made it.
Good ass
Yeah,
tournament,
Clemson
dog.
made it. Yeah, there we go.
We got
Oh, wow.
5 ACC teams.
New Mexico's in. Good for
Hell
them.
yeah, New Mexico's in.
Good for them. They're good, dog.
That's a good matchup.
Did they win their championship, or they lose in the championship game?
Yeah, they beat San Diego State.
They beat San Diego State. That's right. Okay.
Yes, they
Baylor
did.
got a 3.
Baylor got
Baylor's
a
high.
3, and we got a okay.
Man, head to head don't mean nothing, man. It don't even matter.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
Fuck them. Colgate. Colgate's not bad either. For being honest, Colgate's got 2
There's
really
so
good shooters.
many upset, like so much
Dayton,
upset
there's
potential
my
in this
Elite Eight
bracket.
pick right there is Dayton. That's my Elite Eight pick.
Are they the
they are.
7?
There they are.
Wow.
I like that. Underseeded as a 7, Dayton. Yes, sir.
Underseeded.
Underseeded as a 7.
They're gonna give Arizona fits in the second round. There's a
Duke
chance that
legend,
that
Davon
Caleb.
Holmes.
Seriously.
Duke
Nevada's
legend.
another. Okay, that's a good match. Oh, 7-10's
I
good.
was saying Nevada in those.
That's gonna be everybody's upset pick is Nevada because everybody's riding that Mountain West jock. Dayton's beating that ass.
Nah, give me Dayton over
It's gonna be
Zona.
a close
Though.
game, but they're gonna beat that ass. They're gonna win. I like Dayton, dog. I like
Dude,
Dayton.
Pac-12 Player of the Year is gonna shoot like 1 for 50 against
Yes, sir. That's what I like, man. Caleb Love's gonna
whoever
shoot them
this
up out the
15
tournament,
is.
dog. He's gonna shoot.
No,
them
in the
straight
first,
up out the
he might
tournament.
do it in the first round. Like I'm not even joking.
I don't think so against Long Beach. Long Beach should have.
Yeah, not against Long
Yeah.
Beach.
I haven't done enough right in my life for that dude to get bounced in the first round. I need some more good deeds for that to
Alabama
happen.
and Charleston, huh? That's fun.
That's a good.
That's fun.
Nah, Dayton give
It's a
Arizona
fun
fits in the
tournament,
second.
man.
They
I
could
can't
beat
wait for it.
Arizona. This is gonna be really good.
This is a fun ass bracket, dog.
This is a good
I mean,
bracket. This is
North Carolina, Arizona, like you said. Yeah, I mean, they definitely played to the storylines, but uh,
it's gonna be interesting.
Trying to find a way. Is this the actual bracket now? All right, bracket set.
yeah, I'm about to go to my computer too and pull it up.
Yeah, this is the actual bracket. I found it. All right, so I'm gonna do a screen share, so I won't be on the screen.
They could play Arizona in what will be called the Caleb Love game because Caleb
Look,
Caleb
Joe.
Love game.
Okay, the long game.
Joe, I have been a professional hater. I've been at the ACC tournament all week, actively being a professional hater. Don't worry about that. Okay,
Is that the leaked bracket?
that's the
Yeah,
full bracket.
So that's the actual bracket now.
I can't. That shit is too small. I can't see
Yeah,
that
it's a
shit.
little too small.
Is it too small?
Yeah, I could zoom in on the phone. That's why.
Oh, okay, I can see it now. I zoomed in a little bit.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If y'all watching, y'all gonna have to zoom in a little bit. I'll try to. I'll work it out on my end. See if I can zoom in anymore. I don't think I can.
Control and scroll up, AC.
Control and scroll up. Is that
Yeah.
gonna make it bigger though on y'all screen when I do that?
It should.
Hold on, let me
Yeah,
get,
because I mean, your screen should zoom in when you do that, so it should.
I don't want to lose. Because the way it's working right now, it's like I'm losing the teams on top.
Oh. Okay, yeah, no, it's not working. It's just resizing. Yeah, it's just,
Yeah, it's not holding it.
Yeah. It's
Twitter's
just
stupid.
reset. I
All
think
right, so
Yeah,
y'all
I'm
just
so
have to zoom in
excited
on
for
your
this.
own personal devices.
that West is wide open though. I mean, because I agree. I don't like Purdue making it out either. AC. So
I don't trust them, man. Maybe I'm naive. I don't trust them.
Kansas, Tennessee, Gonzaga, all got a shot.
All right, shit. Let's go.
Damn.
around
So
the
who
round.
got
So we like-
who got snubbed? Who got snubbed?
That's a great question. Hold on, AC. I'm about to send a link in the group chat. I don't know if you'll be able to put it up from there, but
Okay, yeah, give that a shot.
I mean, I know we got 5 and we happy, but Pitt was the 4th seed. They did make it to the semifinals. I mean,
I think Pitt had a shot.
Yeah, I mean they absolutely did. One of those things, man. Like you just knew what was gonna happen. Like you knew the NCAA. You knew the narrative right now is that the ACC sucks, and you knew what was gonna happen with that.
Yes. That is how it always goes. Last like 4 years now, which sucks. I'm waiting. I always do a paper bracket. It's a tradition in my family. I'm waiting for that to get put up. Print that out. Oh, it's always fun.
you cross everything out when the person lose.
No, we highlight. We just use a highlighter when it's a correct pick.
Okay.
My mother in 2015 had like 4 incorrect selections the entire bracket.
Wow,
She had Wisconsin over Kentucky and Duke over Wisconsin.
that's impressive.
And has anybody ever won that ESPN tournament bracket shit?
She would have that year.
I came in like 8th one year.
That's pretty sick.
That's crazy.
I messed up because dang, I forgot. I think it was somebody I picked wrong. I think if I would have got it right, it would have really gave me a shot to win it. I think it was
crazy.
like it was early on. It was like when they first. I was in high school. I think I was a senior in high school when it happened. But yeah, man, I came close, man. I would, but I don't even think the prize was $1 million back then. It was like whatever, because it didn't start out. It started like $100,000. Don't get me wrong. I would have been very happy with $100,000. But I'm just saying it's not like now. It probably wasn't even the same amount of people that play. So I also think about that too when I do it. But it was close.
Yeah.
I took a year off from submitting to ESPN's thing. My whole family did because we were really mad that we had all picked Duke to win in 2014 and then lost in the first round.
So that's
So we
what,
just
and that's
didn't.
why I didn't do a bracket 2015 when we won. I didn't do
Yeah.
a bracket, and
I
we
didn't
won.
submit one to ESPN. Had my family done that, my mom would have won the ESPN tournament challenge.
That's crazy.
Dang, now that is crazy.
Like I looked at the top performing bracket that year, and it was not as good.
All right, so y'all see my screen?
Yeah,
Yes.
now there you go.
All right, we'll look at it. We'll look at it region by region. We'll do the East first, and then we'll keep rolling. All right, so we got UConn. They'll beat Stetson
For sure. Yeah.
Remember, y'all, this is all first looks too. We ain't even dive into nothing or anything else. Sometimes first look is the best look. You know what I mean?
I agree. You can study long, study wrong.
Right. The more I've studied, I feel like in the past, the worse my bracket has been.
I generally just do it off vibes at this point.
I might just pick my color this year for real.
Well, I do have some analytics, right? So I mean, I normally do at least 2 9/8s, and then at least 2 12/5s is what it's got to be the minimum.
You have to have at least 1-5 losing in the first round.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every year.
What was the last time? Wasn't it like, was it 17 where 12 didn't beat a 5? That's like the last time.
I think that was the only time.
Yeah.
I think we had 1 year with 3 12s actually.
There's one team where there's 1 year where 3 12s won too. So anything is possible. All right. So UConn, Stetson. UConn's gonna beat Stetson. Florida Atlantic Northwestern's gonna be a fun game, man.
I'm taking
excited for all of it.
in that game. Yeah.
I would take them too, I think. I don't know, man. Northwestern's tough, bro. Chris Collins got them boys playing.
Chris Collins is a dude.
He's got those boys playing, dog.
No, I mean, he definitely legit.
San Diego State, UAB. That's a tough game too, man.
Yeah,
I can't pick San Diego State this year to go to the Elite Eight. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Wasn't that your team to beat AC? Come on.
I had last year I had San Diego State to the Final Four, and I was correct. This year I cannot do that. They're not the same squad.
That's a fair
And UAB
point.
is tough. Like UAB, number one, UAB is
Watch
tough.
that game. I watched them play Temple today.
Mm-hmm. After that,
That was
San Diego
tough.
State presumably has to play Auburn. So good luck to that.
Yeah.
We appreciate you joining us. I want to know how much per couple was there in Carmel over that.
Good luck to that. I mean, Auburn should beat Yale. I mean, anything can happen, right? Auburn could lose to Yale, but I feel like Auburn's one of the hottest teams going into the tournament right now.
Auburn is
Dude,
steaming
what's his
hot.
name? Broom is a beast.
They got a good team, seriously. They do. They won the SEC. Like,
What's the freshman guard they got? The point guard that's killing?
I don't remember his name, man. I'm not gonna lie. Auburn.
You're talking about Aiden Shaw.
Yep. Holloway, right?
Aiden Holloway. Aiden Holloway.
Yeah.
Aiden
That's
Holloway.
his name. Holloway.
Yeah, he's a
Aiden
beast.
Holloway.
Aiden Holloway's a beast.
Yeah, he's good. He's
Holloway's
good, but he lost. He was struggling for a while though. He lost his spot to Trey
he had
Donaldson
that
for a
freshman
while.
wall. Yeah, he had that freshman wall.
Yeah.
Freshman wall
We'll see what happens,
sucks.
man. We'll see what happens.
Guys,
I know
it's gonna be such a fun month. It's gonna be such a fun month.
Duquesne back. I like seeing Duquesne in the tournament, man. They used to be on Duquesne being in the tournament back in the 90s, man.
That's early 2000s. I remember in the mid to late 2000s them being a mainstay too. Let me tell you though, they got the Duquesne Dukes, they got Duke, they got the James Madison Dukes. That's a good omen for Duke.
Good time to be
heavily represented in the tournament. That's correct. Illinois is tough, man. East bracket is fun, man. All right, so who y'all got in the East? I want to see in the comments. Who y'all got coming out of the East? Looking at this thing right here, right now. Man, I'm tempted to say Auburn, bro.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I was thinking I was looking at it too.
To get stolen. As a matter of
this
fact,
is a good bracket,
Somebody
man.
said spaces afterwards. Nah, this is gonna be in places spaces. We got this.
admit that we
Well, we might do another spaces during the week so everybody can kind of get their talk on, because I know everybody can't talk on this feed right now. But so we might do a spaces later on in the week so everybody can talk a little bit. But this is gonna be in place of spaces for tonight, y'all. Just so y'all know. Appreciate y'all tuning in though.
The East is interesting. I feel like it's. I mean, everyone says it's UConn versus the field. First and foremost, it's not.
I mean,
But
that's
second,
that
and
bracket.
more importantly, I think they could lose to FAU.
That bracket could could almost be completely chalk, or you could have a bunch of upsets. Like for real, like
I feel like it's either going to be one or the other. There's not going to be a middle ground.
yeah.
You had Indiana State as the third team out, so they would have been in the tournament.
I feel like Iowa State.
Oh, Indiana State's a snub.
Yeah, Indiana State got snubbed. We don't get a Robbie Avila tournament. Here.
I wanted Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, bro.
Yo, pause. That was crazy.
Have you not heard that nickname, Pablo?
Julius Erving.
Nah, I heard the nickname. I thought the nickname was a pause. When I heard it the first time, I was like, yo, that's calling a grown man cream is crazy.
Michael Jordan Esquire.
Yeah,
Larry Nerd. I like Larry Nerd.
Larry Nerd. Yeah, that's a good one.
I think he said that was his favorite too.
Kind of mad we don't have a Robbie Avila appearance, man.
That's so sad, man.
Not gonna lie.
I was really hoping they would get the at-large. But I think they just saw on TV with the third team out.
They were third team out.
I think
Yeah,
something
I
like
didn't
that.
see
That's
who
a
else
shame.
they had snubbed. Who else did they have snubbed out?
Um,
Oh, St. Mary's didn't get in, right?
No, they
wow.
St.
Oh,
Mary's
Didn't
got
they?
in?
no, they did.
They got
I'm
in.
about
Didn't they
I'm about
win
to
the
say-
conference?
Yeah,
Didn't
they won the
beat Gonzaga?
conference.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah,
won
they won the conference.
They won
Yeah,
the
they
conference.
did.
Yeah.
Okay. They're playing Grand
Yeah.
Canyon. That's right.
They would have got in anyway though, even if they didn't.
Yeah.
win
They
the
were
They
conference.
beat
Yeah.
Gonzaga twice. The three times, right?
Yeah. No, they lost to Gonzaga.
No,
They
I
lost
think
to Gonzaga once.
I think they lost to him 2 times, right?
We got
No,
more
they
teams
beat
in the
them
Big East,
First
guys.
matchup they beat them.
Oh my
at
god!
Gonzaga. They lost at home.
Oh, okay.
They split home and home.
You guys hear me?
What'd you say?
The Big East got 4. The ACC got 5.
Yeah, the Big East should only have gotten 4.
St. John's declined an NIT bid.
And our mentions and stuff talking about how great the Big East was. Sorry, they're not.
You remember that on the spaces?
Yes. Whole lot of shut the
St.
fuck
John's
up.
is not going to play in the NIT.
Yeah, Rick Pitino ain't playing no damn NIT. He wasn't playing no damn NIT. Everybody opting out the damn NIT, man.
Who are the
Here's
first
what the
4
NIT
out?
So next year they have that.
So
They have
Oklahoma.
that MTE next year where teams are getting paid.
Yeah, I
If the
heard Duke
NIT
and
wants
Kansas are
teams
going to be
to
in it.
stay in the NIT is going to have to offer a cash prize because they're separate from the NCAA, so they can do that shit. NIT is going to have to offer a cash prize to get teams in. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that shit next year, man.
The NIT is owned by the NCAA.
The NIT is? I thought the NIT was separate from the NCAA.
No, it got bought by the NCAA.
Okay, all right. Because I know the CBI had the cash prize last year.
Oklahoma, Seton
think
Hall,
they did.
Indiana State, Pittsburgh, first 4 out. So
Okay. Damn, Oklahoma got left out.
Wait, can you say that again?
Oklahoma, Oklahoma, Pittsburgh, and I'm trying to remember the other 2. Hold on, give me 1 second. Indiana State and then Seton Hall, I think it said. Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
Oklahoma, Seton Hall, Indiana.
Yeah,
State,
you feel for Holloway. You feel for Holloway.
Yeah. Win some more
Seton
games.
Hall got left
That's
out.
what they would say to us.
Yep.
They would say win some more
They're
games.
the third
We got
team
left
out.
Say the same thing to them. Win some more games. You want to be determined? Yeah, win some more games. I don't feel sorry for anybody, man. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for us. It's Duke versus everybody, man. Duke against the
You're right
world,
about
dog.
that.
I don't care about anybody else, man. I ain't gonna sit here and pretend like I care about these dudes. Nah, I would have liked to see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the damn tournament, but nah, I can't get that dude either. So you know what? Fuck
Hey
everybody else.
yo,
Larry Nerd.
Uncle
In
Juice says he
Pablo's
might-
presence, he's Larry Nerd.
yeah, just call him that.
Illinois. Illinois, man,
I
Illinois
never
Auburn
heard that
Elite
big
Eight would be
answer
fun,
right
dog. I hope to God, I need UConn to lose. I need them to lose because the shit talking will be epic. I don't care. I need them to lose. All right, let's move to
They
different
still
bracket.
stuck
Let's
on
go
the,
now.
they still stuck on the Cooper flag thing.
So stuck.
Every time we lose, it's in my Twitter mentions. It's
stuck.
crazy.
Get over it, man. All right, let's look at this
Seriously.
list. Look at the same side. We'll keep it on the same side of the bracket. Look at the West. So the West should be up on the screen for y'all to see. Let me know
Still
if you can't.
taking Izzo over USC. I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
It's
seriously, I think Michigan State could beat Carolina.
It's gonna happen.
I don't.
Okay,
I
then
think
Arizona
Michigan
over
State-
Carolina.
I think Michigan State backed into the tournament as it is. I don't think they can beat UNC, man.
This always when Izzo makes some type of crazy run, man.
Shit, Mississippi State about to beat Michigan State.
I was gonna say it's not even gonna be Michigan State. It's gonna be Mississippi State that gets to that game.
That's
Does
real
Mississippi
tough.
State play zone?
Nah, they just motherfucking get in your face and lock up.
They
That's
play
what
the lockup,
do.
man.
Hell yeah.
I trust the zone team against UNC, but there's not nary a one zone team on this whole side of the damn bracket.
I'm trying to
Maybe
see.
Dayton. Dayton might be the only squad that would play zone.
I'm trying to see where we getting our 12-5 upsets from, but I wouldn't pick it here either. So
Shit, Grand Canyon's tough, dog. St. Mary's they've been kind of stumbling. They obviously won their conference tournament, but they stumbled towards the end of the year too. They had those couple losses real quick at the end of the year. They had somebody hurt. I can't remember who they had hurt. They had a guard hurt. They lost one of their guards. I can't remember which one it was. St. Mary's.
Who? What team?
St. Mary's.
SMC.
They lost one of their guards, and I
I
can't
don't
remember who
even
it was. Because that's when they lost to Gonzaga that night. That was the first game they had without him.
You talking about this
The
year?
second game. Yeah.
Fuck, I don't
They lost
know.
they lost their senior night game to Gonzaga
Mm.
at home. And I can't remember who the guard was that they had that was out. They had somebody injured. But St. Mary's is tough, man. That's a good squad. Randy Bennett's a good coach.
Hell yeah, it's a good squad.
I don't think he's gonna lose that game. They're underseeded as a 5 anyway. Grand Canyon's good though, man. Like that could be a setup.
I would love Grand Canyon to not win,
Trap.
personally.
It's a trap. It's a trap. 413 is the new 5-12 anyway. Charleston's got to beat Alabama. Charleston's tough.
seeing the fact that we're full, I don't really want to hear that.
Nah, we're going to beat Vermont, bro. Come on. We all right. We all right. We all right.
Against John L. Davis. We're going to see two of the great
We all right.
country.
New Mexico Clemson's going to be a fun-ass game. This whole
It's gonna be
tournament's
tough,
gonna be
man.
Fun, man. This whole tournament's fun, dude.
I
This
agree
is
with
what-
you. It is going to be a fun tournament.
Do you guys not remember that Virginia Furman game last year? Like, come on. You
Mhm.
can't tell me that this tournament is not fun.
The tournament's always
That
fun,
was it.
and as good as teams have gotten with the portal and everything else, man.
Shit,
There's-
crazy.
I feel like there's never been more parity in the history of college basketball.
Seriously,
Been
man.
right
Seriously.
Without a doubt. Without a
We're in
doubt.
another step, like because you're seeing the evolution that men's basketball went through after UCLA and stuff, and like on the women's side now, where like after post UConn, post Tennessee, you're getting a lot of parity, even though South Carolina's undefeated and stuff, but you're getting parity on that side, on the women's side, which has been awesome. I love women's basketball this year, and I think this year, like just like everybody's saying, man, like you heard KG and them say it, like there's more stars on the women's side right now than are on the men's side, like legitimate stars. I ain't talking about Zach Edey. I ain't talking about nobody Zach fucking Edey. Ain't no goddamn star. Like, there's a lot of parity right now, man. A lot of parity. I like it, dog. I like it. It
No,
makes
it's good.
it makes for a fun event.
Yeah.
Even the 16-1 is going deeper now. I mean, it's a closer game for longer.
Just
so.
look right before UMBC. You will never ever see a 16 beat a 1. We said that on this podcast. Me and TK. We said that on. You can't see it. It's not possible. It happens. Twice. So that's the world we live in now, man. That's the world we live in. It ain't gonna be UNC this time around, though. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
That'd be the best thing ever.
Never doubt Kenny Blakeney and
Yeah,
Tyler
not
Thornton.
Not
Come on.
Doesn't Kenny Blakeney have a losing record against UNC though as a player?
I don't think so, because he was on the 91 and 92 teams.
He was on the 91, 92 team as a freshman.
I feel like Whitney's going to the Sweet 16 and Creighton, Tennessee going to the Sweet 16.
I want to see these game times too. I wonder what time we play.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to get that. All right, let me move. Y'all ready for me to move to the who you got coming out of this West bracket?
Don't look good in the SEC tournament. Just one game. It looked great before that.
And it's gonna be UNC, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's not.
No,
It's not. Let's
I
No,
swear to
it's
God,
not.
it is.
no.
It's not. We taking
That bracket is kind of ass.
It is,
It's a
man.
terrible bracket.
They didn't give like there is nobody on this side of the bracket for UNC that does the things that bothers UNC. Like nobody plays zone. Nobody has like, multiple bigs that can handle Baycott and Ingram. Like nobody has that on this side of the bracket, man.
Well, St.
It's
Mary's
going to be
got
Arizona or SMC.
St. Mary's got a bunch of bigs. They
Yeah, but
all
they only
big.
play them one at a time though.
They big stiff white dudes, but
Big stiff, yeah, man. They gonna foul out in 15 minutes
pause.
against
That was a
Armando
pause,
Baycott.
dude.
That was a huge pause.
That was
Huge
crazy.
pause.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's
And
wild.
then what's gonna happen? Like some of the teams like that could compete with UNC, like Bama, maybe Clemson, like those type of teams are gonna get bounced before they even get a chance to play UNC. Unfortunately, like Dayton only hope.
This shit is up for grabs, bro.
It is, man. I don't
I'm
know,
taking.
man.
I
think
can't
UNC's
say
coming out the West.
UNC.
I hate to say it. I think UNC's coming out of the West.
Give me Baylor or Bama.
I don't know, man. Mississippi State. I think Mississippi State gonna beat Michigan State, and Mississippi State can definitely beat North Carolina.
I think they
got
could.
the guard
I don't know if
play
they're
in,
gonna
they
get
got
the
the
opportunity to, bro. Because the way, like you talking about, the way they play defense, I feel like they're gonna get foul calls all game.
Well, here's the thing: Carolina has not succeeded outside of ACC basketball the last few years. You have to remember
This
that.
season, you don't have to go last few years. This season, every tournament team that they've played, they've either had trouble with or they lost to. Other than
Every
us.
time, even including us, they've had some trouble, even though they've
Yeah, trouble is, but
led
still,
wire to wire.
they
But
beat our
like,
ass.
that aside, Baycott doesn't get away with the shit he gets away with.
Hopefully not, man. Hopefully
he doesn't get away with that crap.
Neutral party
because
referees
the
and
ACC
stuff,
rat.
I just
Exactly.
don't trust
As long as they don't get like Smith, Castle, and Valentine all in one game.
Like, I ain't gonna talk about the rest. I'm gonna talk about how these teams play. I think Pablo is right. I think if Mississippi State, they should beat Michigan State. Mississippi State's gonna give Carolina trouble. Like they man for man, head for head, they should give them problems on the defensive side of the ball. Like they got big guards that can guard RJ Davis. They got who's their big wing that can guard Ingram? They got a big wing that on Mississippi State that plays good defense.
Well, they got a few people that play good defense, but I mean,
no, but they got that big they got that big 6'8" wing. It's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody very specific. I can't remember his name.
Talking about DJ Jeffries?
Is it Jeffries? Not Jeffries. He's
hold on.
I gotta look at that roster.
Hold on, let me look at the roster real quick.
I'm gonna switch over to my computer and jump back in so I can.
Yes, sir.
Look, I'll be right back.
Let me see. Let me pull this roster up.
We doing this live for y'all right here. This is happening right now. Like
this is how our discussions go.
This is all natural. All natural.
I've been saying Carolina does not get out of the first weekend. If they do, they're not getting to the Elite Eight. They're not going to get ACC.
Cam Matthews.
Oh, Matthews. Yeah, he be locking up. But what's the name be locking up too?
He's a dog on D.
He do his thing. Yeah, no doubt.
I like their. I think they have a decent rotation.
Yeah,
they have a decent rotation of guys that can defend Baycott and Ingram.
They damn near platoon.
Tolu Smith, boy, he's tough.
Dog, Mississippi State's good, man.
They are. They can beat North Carolina. I'm telling you.
That's our best hope to beat Carolina for real. That really is our best hope to beat Carolina.
Yeah, they'll definitely make it interesting. That's for sure.
They got a squad, man. Yeah, like Jeffries, like you said, Paul. Jeffries been playing D since he was at Memphis. Like he's
hell yeah.
He's definitely a good defensive player, man. I was talking about Cam Matthews though. Cam Matthews is
okay.
He's something else.
Yeah, he a dog.
Sure. They're doing something else.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna have to play the game slow. Like I don't think they have the scoring to keep up with Carolina, but they definitely have the defense to stop them from doing the things they like to do.
As long as Hubbard and Tolu Smith is scoring, they can keep up with anybody for the most part. But
and they are one of the few teams too that has a deep enough roster where they can.
Yeah, they do play a lot of
deal
players.
With the foul trouble. They can deal with the foul trouble.
Yeah, they definitely play a lot of players. So
they can definitely deal with the foul trouble. Man, I like Chris Jans, man. I like what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw what he
He's
did
a
when he
good
was in
coach.
Mexico State.
Damn good coach.
Yeah, you saw what he did in Mexico State. So I like Chris Jans, man. That's a fun matchup, dude. That's a fun matchup. That's fun. That's a lot of fun, man. This is a fun ass tournament. All right, we're gonna move on over. We're going over to our bracket. Let's go on over to our bracket. I know this is the one I know all our Duke faithful on here. Y'all been waiting for us to get to this one. We are an hour in on the reaction show. Thank y'all for joining us. Appreciate it.
DDMF.
We having fun with this thing tonight, dog. We're gonna be on here for a minute. This is fun. This is too much fun. All right, here's our bracket. They've been putting us with Houston for the past month, 2 months since they've been starting to do bracketology. They've been putting us in the same bracket as Houston, and that's what happened. So they've been waiting for that. We're gonna see them in the second weekend.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Houston in the second weekend, man. And that's that. Hey, look, that's the team that people say we have trouble with, right? The strong guards, veteran guards, defensive team, defensive minded squad, all that. Like we had this test early in the season with Baylor. Very similar. Very
Did
similar.
you forget we beat the ever loving crap out of Virginia?
Yeah, they're way better than Virginia, though.
I know.
Virginia's not setting us up for this Houston game, not at all. Our best tape for this Houston game is going to be Baylor, in my opinion. I don't know, Pops, you agree? Not stylistically that they're the same team. I'm just saying, like, defensively and everything else, like some of the stuff we had to do against Baylor, we're going to have to mimic against Houston on the offensive.
Oh, so if we play Houston, like what we have to do
on the offensive side of the ball, like Baylor's our best comparison for this. Like I don't think UVA is not the same. Like this is not your everyday UVA team.
Yeah. Baylor is more closer to Houston because they got more athletes and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because UVA don't have anybody who can score like Jamal Shead, man. Like that's gonna be where we have to really figure that out. We're gonna have to figure that perimeter defense out because Jamal Shead is a monster.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing about Houston though is that their defense is always going to be a constant. They always going to be good on defense. But if you could, do something to disrupt their offense, they have no low post scoring whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? But if you could do something to disrupt their offense, you got a really good chance in winning. You know what I'm saying? You saw what they did, against Iowa State.
Nah, and dude,
too easy.
What something you just point out, Pops, and when we get to the second weekend, we'll definitely break this down a little bit further on Coach's Corner. Something you just pointed out is huge, man. Like they don't have an interior scorer that's going to give us a lot of trouble, which I think that plays in our hand perfectly because now you're not worried about Flip being in foul trouble. Now you're not worried about how Mark Mitchell's going to perform on the defensive side of the ball versus offensive side of the ball and all that. Like you're not putting us in that position that has been difficult for us all year, which is making our big guys defend. You're not putting us in that position now.
But the only thing with that is that I worry about with that though is that Kyle Filipowski got a tendency to get those little touch fouls because when he gets tired, you know what I'm saying, he just wants to reach in and swipe at the ball or whatever and do some stupid shit like that. You know what I mean? And you got a guy like for Houston like Roberts, they throw the ball in the post to him. He's not really like a dominant post player or nothing, but he's gonna play hard. So he'll miss a shot. Go back up and get an offensive rebound, and then Flip will like slap him on the arm or some shit like that, and they'll call it foul. So I worry about shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no,
but
absolutely.
Other than that, I don't worry about them like throwing the ball inside and like scoring 30. Nah, hell no.
Nah, and that's where I sit with it, man. Like, but now you've seen the past couple of weeks we've had trouble with scoring guards. They have 3 scoring guards in the squad that really go after it. They're still not a fast-paced team. So I like that because I don't think that Flip is I don't see him necessarily getting those ticky-tack fouls because when they're not going to run on us unless that's what Kelvin does. Unless Sampson's like tonight we running, which I don't see him doing because they haven't done it all year. So I think that does I kind of think that bodes well a little bit for Flip in this regard. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, I think it could, but I mean, I think the biggest key to I don't want to get ahead of ourselves or whatever because I think Houston still has to win because we gonna win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Houston got to meet us. You know what I mean?
We'll be there.
But I think I think their game plan should more or less be make it really really hard on a Shed and Cryer, and you got them. You got them.
Who? I think this is a game where I don't think you can ask the traditional question of who gets Shed and who gets Cryer. I think you're gonna see a lot of switching on defense on our end. They have small guards, dude, and I'm cool with that. Like the bigger guards have been our issue all season. They got small guards. That matches up with our small guards, so I'm okay there. You know what I mean? Like I feel better about that because big guards obviously gave us trouble this year. I feel better about the small guard situation there. Like you said, I feel real good about the interior presence that they don't have on this team. I think Flip, you know, as good of a defender as Roberts is, I still think Flip at 7 foot can score over him when needed. Mark Mitchell, once again, man, is going to be an X factor. As bad as his offense has been lately, like him getting these little dink and dunk passes from Flip and stuff is going to be an X factor, man. Like that's a big matchup that I think we can win, man.
Yeah,
I think that's a good setup. I think it's a good setup for us. I really do. I can talk myself into Duke beating anybody, so I'm biased. I've been called biased before. I'll be called biased again. I don't care.
Wait, you need to talk yourself into Duke beating anyone?
No, I don't. I don't need to be. I said exactly. I can't be. I can talk Duke into beating the Warriors if you really need me to. If you really need me to.
That's the one I could never
do. Yeah, Uncle Drew and me and Uncle Drew going dating. Yes, sir. All right. Fuck UNC. I'm going dating with you, Uncle Drew. That was my pick. That was my pick. I think that was my pick to start the season. I can't remember. Y'all listen to the first show of the season. See if I'm right or wrong. I can't remember if I said Dayton to start the year or not, but that's my pick. Dayton. I like Dayton. Dayton's going through. We're getting a Duke Dayton NCAA championship so we can see Dayron Holmes.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Dayron Holmes, Duke legend. all first team didn't come to Duke. Him, Chris Humphreys. Gary Felix.
Yeah.
The all decommit from Duke squad.
Macambako. Who else?
All them cats. Who else in this bracket? Like I said, I think NC State they get dog walked by Texas Tech, honestly. They had a nice little run in the AC tournament. I think it's over for them. Kentucky, Oakland, that's a fun-ass game, dog. I'm telling you right now, that's a fun-ass game. Bet the over on that game. Whatever number they set. If they set the number at 190, then it's going to be 200. I'm telling you right now, that game's going over.
Those are two offensive juggernaut teams.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
gonna be so fun.
That is a scoring-ass game. I can't wait for that matchup.
It's going to be so fun.
That's going to be fun.
The whole bracket, I feel like this is a really good bracket as a whole.
Yeah. Marquette, Western Kentucky. Maybe Western Kentucky's underseeded as a 15, and maybe that's a little bit of a setup for Marquette. I don't trust Western Kentucky to make that work. I think Marquette comes out on that one.
Florida obviously goes down a player today. I think that's a major upset possibility.
Western Kentucky? Do you really?
Yes, I do.
What do you like on Western Kentucky's roster?
It's not what I like about Western Kentucky. It's the fact that I genuinely don't trust Marquette.
I don't trust them either. I think they'll get out.
I don't trust Shaka. I think
we'll get out of the first round.
I think.
I mean, there was a time you could say that Danny Hurley couldn't get out of the second round. Danny Hurley never got out of the second round until he did. So
Tony Bennett's only gotten out of the second round once in the last 7 years. We use that to knock him though. So. Take that as you will.
I mean, if somebody in the comments knows a little bit more about Western Kentucky, please enlighten us a little better. Like I said, I'm not going to pretend like I'm a Western Kentucky expert. I'm going to have to look into that team a little bit more as we go along. But I don't. First glance, I don't see them beating Marquette. First glance, and then Florida has been kind of an enigma all year.
Yeah, I don't get Florida, and I also don't really know. I don't know what Florida's going to be able to do because their center just broke his leg today.
I think they'll be able to play small, though.
I hope so. But
and that's one of those things too. Like when it first happens, it's so jarring. Like I understand them losing the way they did tonight. because of what happened. Like it's such a jarring thing, man. Like it happens. Like it's one of those things. Like you saw it with Louisville. It galvanized that squad.
It gives you one of two results. He's apparently having emergency surgery today.
Yeah, I mean he had a compound fracture. That's absolutely
Who broke their leg?
Florida center.
Handlegotten or whatever his name is, the 7'1" kid they got.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, dog, he snapped that shit in half, dog. It was awful.
Did they show it?
Yeah,
they did not show replays, did they?
They didn't show any replays, but I mean,
there was
all
blood.
over Twitter and stuff.
There was blood.
It was bleeding on the court and stuff. Like it was bad.
Oh wow, yeah, he definitely had a compound fracture then, huh?
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, he for sure had a compound fracture, and it was ugly.
They learned from Kevin Ware and did not show replays.
Yeah, but they still got scoring all over the board, man. They scored the ball. And they got Alex Condon. He can play.
Riley Kugel.
Like Riley Kugel. I think they'll be able to pull it together, man. They'll be able to pull it together.
See, I'm gonna see if I can see the video of this dude's leg.
Don't just do yourself a favor and don't. I was watching.
Jack,
they'll be able. I think they'll galvanize it. They'll galvanize together, and they'll at least win the first couple games in this bracket.
I hope they do.
I mean, that's a team that could give Marquette trouble as long as they if they're in the right mindset after all this. Like if they take this and they're like we're doing this thing, like they could absolutely they could beat Marquette. They match up very well. They're very similar in terms of roster construction and everything else. Like they're both running one big out there. Like,
yeah,
that's another fun matchup, man.
Eddie's back.
I was trying to find the game times. They still haven't came out yet.
Nah, they're not out
yet. It'll be a minute before those game times come out.
All right. Yeah, I gotta head out. It's been great. Go Duke. We will be back with some other stuff this week. I will see y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll look at one more. We'll look at the next region in just a second, and we'll Gary shut this thing down. We won't keep y'all too long on your Sunday night, but this has been fun, man. I've enjoyed doing this, man. No depth at the 4 and 5. John Story says, "Yeah, no, you're right. But this is, I mean, it's a guards game now, and now with him going out, they definitely don't have any depth at the 4 and 5. But it's a guards game, and I mean, Florida's guards are good, so
they played a lot of big games this year too.
Yeah. And I don't see Marquette's not going to do a lot to get their bigs in foul trouble. Like as long as they can hold up under the strain, I think. I mean, this could have to be a part of Marquette's game plan is getting Condon in foul trouble and getting what's his name, Tyrese Samuel. I mean, he's a forward, but he's gonna have to end up playing down a little bit more. But getting Samuel and Condon in foul trouble, that's gonna more absolutely be a part of their game plan.
I like Florida in that matchup though, man. I watched.
I think I do, dude. I really do. I think I do, man. I think Florida comes out of that.
Yeah, they just got a lot of big wins, a lot of close almost wins. I think they battle tested, man. They ready. Yeah.
We haven't talked. I mean, this is obviously a Duke centric podcast. We haven't talked enough about Marquette.
Yeah, nah. Marquette is nice, man. They got a good team.
They're okay.
They got a good team, bro.
I think they historically have a good team. I don't know that this squad in particular is a team that's going to give us trouble. They're going to slow the game way fucking down. They got Rockmore. It's like one of their bigger guards. He's like 6'5". He's kind of come on late at the end of the season as one of their main players. He had a good game the other night or the other afternoon or whatever in their conference final against UMass Lowell.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know, man. I don't see Vermont as a team schematically that lines up against us and just says we're gonna beat y'all because we're a team that already plays. They're gonna play slow. We already play slow. They only play 8 guys, and they really only play 7 guys. It's kind of their MO. I don't know, man. I'm not super impressed with them, man. Like,
they ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing to lose, man. They gonna go out there and just play
no,
hard.
you're right. You're right.
That's what it
You're
comes
right. And
down
hopefully
to.
we play that same way. Like we play that same way, we'll beat them by 20 if we play that same style. And I think our guards defensively are good enough to stop their guards from doing what they want to do. I don't see us getting beat backdoor a bunch. They don't really run that Princeton style offense anyway. So unless
they got a good guard though. They got a kid who I used to coach against all the time, Aaron Deloney, who's from Portland.
Deloney, okay.
Yeah, he's their best guy. He's their best guard.
Deloney's good. Deloney's one of those guys that
really
could come up and he could hit you for 25. Like
he get hot.
He
can get hot. That's for sure.
We've been decent. We've been decent against 3 this year as a whole. Obviously, we had a couple of games that stand out where we just, we just lost it on the 3-point side of the ball where John, you got Henson and some of the other guys that Blake Henson hit the threes against us and stuff. So, understandably so. Like I can see that being a part of our story, but I think we've seen it enough to where we can deal with that situation.
Yeah,
I think our biggest problem has been you got a big who can score and put our bigs in foul trouble and put our bigs out in space and make them work, like Baycott, like those dudes, make Flip work, DJ Burns, all that. And then you couple that with a good scoring guard, and that's an issue for us. And Vermont, like the first couple games we have in this bracket, I don't see that being a problem for us.
I think it's just us getting in the rhythm. I mean, we saw that at the NC State game. We just never found any type of rhythm. I'm huge on starts, man. I'm huge on just coming out and starting and having a good first 4-5 minutes. Because in the tournament, everybody's gonna be rooting against Duke. You get down a little bit, you're trying to play catch up, and everybody's gonna be rooting against us. So can we avoid?
I don't know that we're gonna get out to a good start. I don't know if Vermont's gonna get out to a good start. Vermont, in 3 games in their conference tournament in their own gym, didn't have great starts to each of those games. They weren't a hot starting team either. And you're talking about the NCAA tournament, could be a totally different story. If Vermont does that, it's gonna be a long night. But if our defense shows up and guards them the way I know we can guard them, they're not a big team. They don't have big guards. Again, like the things that we know are our red flags. They don't have that. Like we ain't talking about Lehigh or Mercer playing against a team that can't defend. Like we're not talking about that.
I know you're gonna talk about it later, but you get Pablo's stance on what he think about Duke, Wisconsin. I've only saw Wisconsin play 1 game this year, so I don't know a lot about them. But just kind of curious what you think the matchup.
That'd be a hell of a matchup, man.
They scored a basketball.
They play a really good brand of basketball over there, man. Chucky Hepburn. They got the other guard, and they got a AJ Storr.
Yeah,
it's like
AJ Storr.
You know what I'm saying? He's like NBA level talent. So I mean,
they scored a shit out of the ball, dude. This is not your like typical Wisconsin 50-point game team.
They hoop and they play good defense too, man. They play good defense, so that would be a very, very tough game for us. I can tell you that because they got multiple bigs too that come out there and play defense.
I was gonna say Crowell, I think, is one of those dudes that could get Flip in foul trouble. Him and Tyler Wall.
For sure. They got like 4 big dudes. Trouble.
They do.
They literally got like 4 big dudes that they could throw out there. So
they run a big team.
Yeah,
they run a big team. I think
very tough.
I think they can be beaten on defense, like.
Oh, for sure.
Especially to close the season out, like they've had a bunch of games where they've been in like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, they just lost today. Was it today? They just lost today to Illinois. Was it today?
Yeah, to Illinois. Yeah, wasn't that? It was I know it was over 141, which is what the bet was because I put them on the under. And they played it over.
Yeah, motherfuckers, they good though, man. They
So I think we can score on them. Man. We can score on them. I think the biggest thing is going to be we're not getting in foul trouble against their bigs.
Yeah. Yeah, because we don't have a lot of depth.
Yeah,
and in a low post. So,
and then AC, what you think about TK Nightmare of Duke? And,
JMU, I think JMU can beat Wisconsin, man. JMU's a good team, though.
They're good, but I don't know if they can beat Wisconsin, bro. I don't know. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about the tournament, though, is that anybody could get beat. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you saw like obviously it's a different season for everybody now than it was earlier in the year. But I mean, you saw JMU beat the dog shit out of Michigan State. Like work them fools. Like they were supposed to beat them.
They did.
True.
They looked like they were supposed
and
to.
And they got here's the thing that JMU has, and here's why it's an ugly matchup for Duke if we do match up with JMU. They got big guards, bro. They got big guards on the perimeter. They run out there like 6'6", 6'8", 6'6", 6'4", like all over the place, man. Like, and they're mobile. Like they're big. Like the forwards are mobile. They run 2 forwards. Both of them 6'8". Dude, it's a good squad. They got Bernie Bickerstaff, TJ Bickerstaff. They got him. We've played TJ Bickerstaff before at Boston College when he was there, and when he played for Drexel. We played him when he was at Drexel, I believe, too, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong when he was at Drexel, but I'm almost positive when he was at Drexel, we played him when he was a freshman. So TJ Bickerstaff, he played for BC most recently before he went to JMU.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
Like John said, though, we in Brooklyn, so I like where we at. So I'm hoping the crowd show up. Should be like a home game.
That's helpful. We're not dealing with the same situation like with South Carolina, where it's basically a home game for them, and everybody else in the arena is rooting against Duke. I mean, look, we're Duke. Everybody's gonna be rooting against us anyway. So let's get that out. Let's get that out the way.
Yeah, and like Brother Reality just says, put up or shut up time. I agree with that, man. It's time for us to go ahead and beat everybody in front of us. Let's go.
I mean, Bickerstaff, last time he played us with BC, he had 9 points. We did not play him when he was at Drexel, so I was wrong on that. I wanted to make sure I cleared that up. So he played us last year with BC. He had 9 points, 4 for 10 from the field. Second game of play, he was over 3 from the field. You know what I mean? Different. I'm not saying that's indicative of what's going to happen this time around. He's one of their main players. He's a really good player. 6'9" forward that can kind of play inside and out a little bit. He doesn't really shoot from 3 very often. He's kind of more of that like kind of slasher type of power forward. Not gonna hit you with a bunch of threes and stuff. JMU in general, that's one thing I like about JMU, honestly, is that they're not dependent on the 3. That's a team that can score from kind of all over the court, and they really do a good job of attacking you.
They got to the basket on Michigan State, like, you know.
Yes, sir.
Like they were supposed to. I mean, they were.
Yes, sir.
Even the mid-range jumper, they hit a lot of big shots that game. I remember watching that.
I mean, that's a name you're going to see. Mark Byington, that's their head coach. That's the name you're going to see. You're going to see that name moving forward, man, for some bigger jobs later on. And he deserves it, man. Like, he really does. He deserves it.
John asked the question, who would we rather face between Wisconsin or JMU?
Come on now.
Of course,
JMU.
I'd rather face either one. I don't know, Pops. I honestly feel like if JMU beats Wisconsin, that's one of those upset things, right? Like we've seen the past couple of years, and JMU, I feel like we match up better against Wisconsin than we do against JMU strictly because of JMU's guards. Their guards are big, man.
I mean,
that's my personal red flag for this team is big guards. So that's all.
Absolutely. I mean, we talked about that before, so you're right on that. But my thing is this though, like, I don't give a fuck who we play. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Realistically, I was just making a statement because, like, realistically, I don't give a fuck who we play. We can line it up with anybody.
Just like
but we look at this game. We got to break this game down a little bit and look at it and look at where somebody can give us trouble. I'm not sitting here saying we're gonna lose. I'm just saying, in terms of a matchup, who would I rather see? I would rather see a team like Wisconsin who wins a game that they're supposed to win, and then goes into playing Duke. And I think we can beat them. I think we can beat that Wisconsin team defensively. They don't scare me, and I think we can put points up on that squad. And I think that we can stop what they want to do as long as we play a smart brand of basketball. JMU, I beat JMU. JMU, to me, is just one of those teams that is just tougher, that they beat Wisconsin. They beat a team they're not supposed to beat in Wisconsin. And then, Duke is going to be their Super Bowl. Like, they're hanging – they're Virginia Tech did this. They're building an entire basketball facility off of a Duke win. So JMU's gonna be going to that game with big guards that gives us trouble, like looking to make a statement, man. Like,
no, I feel you.
That's all. I'm not saying we're gonna lose. We can lose to anybody. We can beat anybody. Like, I'm not sitting here saying we're gonna lose the game. I'm saying that I'd rather see Wisconsin, I think, than JMU because Wisconsin plays a little more traditional. They play a little bit more of a style that we defend better with this particular roster than JMU, personally.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with you, AC, on that whole like JMU comes into that game as their Super Bowl and maybe we don't. So
it's their Super Bowl, bro.
But I want to see TK split into two people. So let's go with JMU.
Like Wisconsin, like they play Wisconsin. It'll be interesting to see if they get up for the Wisconsin game the way they should. I think they will because they've already beaten a Big Ten team this year, beat the shit out of them. So I think they're gonna have that in the back of their mind. But it's obviously not the same team. But Duke is absolutely good. Like they're playing the Wisconsin game to get to Duke. That is 100% what's happening.
And I wouldn't be shocked for James Madison fans to show up in Brooklyn either, man. They do travel, so
they absolutely travel. Yeah, you got JMU alumni everywhere, bro.
Yeah,
and we don't even need to worry about them. Everybody else in the arena is going to be rooting against Duke. All the Wisconsin fans that had tickets the night before when they lost to JMU is going to be back in the stadium rooting for JMU to beat Duke. Everybody else is going to be rooting for JMU to beat Duke. Like it don't matter who's there. We're gonna have to play the game. That's all. We gotta play the game.
I was meaning for James Madison, Wisconsin. I
got you.
Wisconsin shouldn't be shocked to see tons of JMU people.
Yeah, that's gonna be and Wisconsin's gonna have the crowd against them too because people are gonna want to see that 12-5 upset.
Lower seed, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So they're absolutely gonna want to see that. So that's a big game. That's a big time weekend right there in Brooklyn, man. Like I know the names aren't sexy, but that's a big time weekend in Brooklyn right there.
Yeah, I wish I could make it up to my daughter's birthday Saturday, so I doubt I won't be able to make it Sunday, but I really wish I could run up that.
It's crazy because I'm gonna be in DC at that time too.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I might have to slide through.
You're not far, bro. That's 4 hours away, 5 hours away, man.
Yeah, let me see what these tickets looking like.
5 hours away, man. That's a train ride for real.
Real rap. Is, 4 hours up. Yeah, man. That's Sunday. I mean, maybe Sunday. Maybe we get that Sunday. I'm definitely gonna think about it. What's up?
I think we covered most everything else. Like we talked about Texas Tech and NC State for a minute. I think Texas Tech will be NC State. Kentucky, Oakland, like I said, that's just gonna be a fun, high-scoring game. Kentucky doesn't defend, and Oakland likes to score.
Yeah, that's the game I would love to see. Kentucky, Texas Tech. They win.
Kentucky don't play no defense, none.
None at all.
None. None.
What type of style? I mean, besides just outscoring them, I mean, do you think slowing them down is the way to beat them, or you just
the way to beat Kentucky?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have man up. You got to have dudes.
You just gotta. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but you just gotta outscore them. Yeah, that's how you're gonna beat.
You got to man up with them.
Obviously, the team that win the most, have the most points win. But I'm just saying though, like you got to be prepared to score 90 points if you're gonna beat Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Correct. And you're gonna have to.
You ain't stopping everybody there. They way too deep for you to stop them. They got way too many players for you to stop them.
I mean, your best bet with Kentucky is forcing Rob Dillingham into a bunch of like standstill type shots, man. Like you can't let him get downhill. You can't let him keep attacking you and getting your guys in foul trouble. Like you gotta get him shooting like standstill threes and hoping that he misses them. Dillingham.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, that he ain't the type of dude that's gonna miss a lot. You know what I'm saying?
He's not gonna miss a lot, and he's not gonna settle. He's not gonna settle either. That's the other part about him. I like Dillingham a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, Dillingham is nice.
I like him a lot, dog. He
like
doesn't
Shepherd,
settle.
Dillingham.
Yeah.
They got a good team, man. I'm telling you, if they can put some stuff together, as far as on the defensive end, just a little bit, they can definitely win the national championship.
But I say, looking at the bracket, man, outside of, we take Duke out of it. I mean, is there anybody else that could outscore them like that? I mean, I'm looking at
outscore Kentucky.
I don't even think Houston.
Not in this bracket, no.
Yeah.
No.
Only
team I think that can hang with them in scoring one. I think UConn can put up buckets like that. UConn can score like that, but I still think Kentucky's a better scoring team than UConn. But
yeah,
I don't know, man.
It's tough. No, it's tough. It's a tough bracket, man. What you've done with this bracket is you kind of put a bunch of scoring teams in this bracket outside of like Texas Tech, Texas A&M.
Florida, I think Florida beat Kentucky at home this year, didn't they? Yeah. They hung with them. They play really good the first game too. But you got to put real game pressure on Kentucky guys. Like you put real game pressure on them, not just token game pressure, but like actual game pressure on them. And they're still young, so they will still make young mistakes. They turn the ball over, so they still make young mistakes. Like Texas Tech is going to be a tough matchup for them. Like they get through, Texas Tech gets through. That's going to be a tough matchup for Kentucky.
Oh hell yeah, that'd be a very tough game. Very tough game. Texas Tech can score too, and they play defense.
Absolutely.
So Grant McCaslin got them hooping.
And the committee kind of teased like putting Florida right there with Kentucky. Like if both those teams get through to the next round, first round, they play each other.
They did. That's what I was looking at. Yeah.
So they kind of teased that a little bit too. They're trying to tease you with the bets a little bit. You know what I mean? They're trying to make it look sweet. But all right, let's move on down. We'll get wrap this thing up. Let's move on to the Midwest. I know we're going long. I appreciate you guys hanging with us. We're going to go to this Midwest now. By far the ugliest bracket, in my opinion, just in terms of not great teams coming out of that bracket.
Any bracket with Zach Edey, it was going to be the ugliest.
Fuck that dude, man. Fuck that dude, man.
Edey.
Yeah, yeah.
They're gonna every game they play in this tournament is gonna be a struggle, except for the 16 game.
That motherfucker, he's gonna break a record in free throws like every game.
Oh yeah, dog. You saw that when he ran into old boy for Wisconsin.
That shit was wild.
Oh my god. Yo, did y'all see the dude in the what game was it earlier today? Where my man was going down on a fast break and just fell down because he slipped on some like a wet spot, and they called a foul on dude who was trailing him.
I ain't see it. Nah.
That's one of the wildest foul calls I've ever seen in my life, dog.
That's that CP.
That was generationally bad. I gotta see if I can. I'll send you the video when I find it, Paz. I'm gonna send it to you on text when I find it. That was generationally bad, bro.
I mean, any upsets you see, AC in this Midwest bracket?
I think this whole bracket is an upset special. Like, I mean, Kansas is limping into the tournament. Literally limping into the tournament on a team that already doesn't have depth. I don't see them as a candidate for a team that's just gonna like all of a sudden get hot and with playing 7 players does what it takes to to win 6 games in a row to be a champion. Like this Kansas team's not a champion. I think Bill Self knows that. I think the squad knows that, and they're hurt. Like they are hurt. They are hurt. So obviously that was taken into account with their seeding and their finish on the year. Like normally no matter what, Kansas is going to be a 2 seed or higher. So them being a 4 kind of reminds me of that the Jabari Duke squad when didn't they go into the tournament as a 4? Wasn't that a 4-13 with Mercer?
Pretty sure that was a 4.
What'd you say?
Wasn't Duke when we lost to Mercer? Wasn't that a 4-13 matchup?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know. All I know is we fucking lost.
I know.
That was some bullshit.
Uncle Drew offering the 12-5 in this one. McNeese beats Gonzaga.
That's an interesting matchup, man. McNeese is good. Don't get it twisted. They're good.
Yeah. Who they playing? Purdue?
McNeese is playing Gonzaga in the 5-12 matchup.
Okay.
I feel like that's too tasty. I feel like Gonzaga and Kansas will both get through because like why would you put Gonzaga and Kansas in a bracket side by side and not have them meet in that second round? I feel like they'll both get through.
Yeah.
They already said that McCullough and Dickinson are gonna play.
Yeah, I mean I think that's like, again, we haven't seen Gonzaga or Kansas be this low in a long time. So I think that's why they offered the matchup too. So I see them both getting through. That was a 3-14 matchup, AC. with Duke.
3-14. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So 3-14, not 4-13. Okay.
But looking back at the wider bracket, I was struggling to find the 12 versus the 2. I normally go 2, but the 2 12 versus 5 matchups. But yeah, I see Gonzaga and Kansas going through here just for the matchup.
I think so too, man. I think it looks too juicy for me to pick those upsets.
I like Oregon over South Carolina though. The 11-6 could be wrong, but
I don't, dude. Oregon wasn't gonna make the tournament before anyway, and then they got the automatic bid.
Man, you catch fire at the right time, right?
You do, but it's a week in between now, so
you're right. It is.
You know what I mean? It's a week in between. Like, and you got to travel. It's a week in between. I can't. It's the same for NC State. They caught fire. They won 5 games in 5 days, and I think they go out and they get boat raced by Texas Tech.
Kind of like even Virginia Tech last year, huh?
You talk about the year they won the ACC title?
Yeah, last year. I mean, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yep. Same thing, man. Like these underachieving teams that weren't going to make the tournament anyway, and then they go out and do that stuff. Like, there's a reason you weren't going to make the tournament in the first place. There's a reason for it, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Feel that.
I just sent you the 2 fouls, by the way, Pops. 2 worst fouls.
I saw them shits. I'm like, that's crazy.
These refs have been generationally bad this year, though.
Man, they've been bad, man.
Creighton Akron is a fun matchup. Akron is a good team.
I like Creighton, man. I haven't seen Akron, admittedly, but I've watched like 3 Creighton games this year, and I don't know, man. They're a good team, man.
Akron's a good squad, Doc. They put up points. They got a wing, Enrique Freeman. He's kind of like a big / wing that kind of does everything. He boards, scores. They got a good squad, man. He can step out and hit if he needs to. He didn't shoot a lot of threes this year, but if he needs to, he can step out and hit. That's another one of these mid-major teams too, man, that like they don't rely on the 3. Like they're not like their team is not based on them hitting threes. Like if they're not hitting threes, they're kind of used to it. They're not a great 3-point shooting team already. So you're not just gonna like shut them down from like this is not one of those scenarios where the mid-major has to hit a bunch of shots in order to win the game. Like they play straight up. They play a straight up brand of basketball.
What about Texas? And I forget who the playing game is there.
Is that the Colorado playing in that 10 spot?
I'm looking up right now.
Yeah. Or is that the Virginia Colorado State one?
Yeah, that's no, Virginia was not in well, you're right. That may be what it is.
I'm actually not. If somebody in the chat knows, help us out. I'm not. I like because my bracket's not showing which one.
I'm about to dip out, fellas.
All right, Pops.
I gotta head out and holler at y'all boys. Y'all take care. I'll holler at y'all.
That's Virginia, Colorado State. So yeah.
Okay, that's a Virginia Colorado State matchup. Okay. Yeah, no, that's Texas should come out of whether that's the Caden Cedric Bowl. If UVA beats Colorado State, he gets to go. Caden Cedric gets to play UVA again. So that's the Caden Cedric Bowl. Either way,
yeah,
I mean, UVA is they have backed themselves into the tournament.
Exactly.
Well, I think Indiana State deserved a spot over them, but it is what it is. I mean, good for the ACC, but I think Indiana State would have been a much more formidable team in this tournament than UVA right now. It's like UVA is kind of living off their history, and this is not a great pack line UVA team.
I honestly think Pittsburgh may have played better, but again,
seriously. Seriously, I mean, both teams made it to the same spot in the ACC tournament, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. They're in. UVA is always well coached by Tony Bennett. Like Reese Beekman and Ryan Dunn are two excellent defenders. They leave a lot to be desired on the offensive side of the ball.
Exactly.
Colorado State is a scoring ass team, so that's actually gonna be a fun matchup too, man. For real, quiet as kept. That's gonna be a fun matchup. Colorado State UVA. Not that it makes a difference on anybody's bracket, but
nah, because I think Texas probably win that game regardless.
Colorado State gets through. I think they play Texas better than UVA would. If Colorado State got through, I think they would play UVA better than or they would play Texas better than UVA would personally. But yeah, man. And then you got Tennessee St. Peter's. Like Tennessee, they should beat St. Peter's. They should beat Texas if they played them, or if they played Colorado State, or if they played UVA. They should beat all of those teams. Texas will get into or Tennessee will get into the second weekend.
Yep.
Like I said, I think that Akron upsets Creighton.
Definitely gonna tune in for that one. That should be a fun game. Man. That should be.
You're talking about looking at a possible SEC rematch with South Carolina and Tennessee, and you got the same thing in the bracket above with Florida and Kentucky, quite possibly. You know what I mean? Like,
and they definitely teased us with some conference matchups in this one.
They did. And anytime they do that, that means one of those teams is losing. They never just play it. It never just happens straight up like that. It never does.
Yeah, this is as many as I've ever. I mean, at least in recent memory, without looking at it, I've seen across the bracket. So I'm with y'all, man. It's gonna be fun.
Ultimately, I think you see. Honestly, man, I think you see South Carolina and Tennessee come out of this bracket. They tried to help Purdue out with this bracket. I feel like Purdue ain't getting out of this bracket. Purdue's gonna fuck it up themselves.
You got them going down to Utah State or TCU.
Utah. I mean, maybe, man. Like Utah State, both Utah State and TCU are both good squads. Like that is a tough game, man.
I watched TCU a couple of times this season. I think they got a good team too.
Jamie Dixon's a great coach.
Beat Purdue. What's up?
Yeah, he's a great coach, man. He can scheme a win out of that. Quiet as kept, Utah State's a good ass team too. Like that's a tough ass game to get out of. Like Purdue beats Gonzaga and or Kansas if they play either one of those squads. Like I don't see either one of those squads being an issue for Purdue. And if that's the case, then they cakewalk over to the Elite Eight. But when they get to the Elite Eight, they got to play a South Carolina or they got to play a Tennessee. If Texas happens to make it that far, I doubt they do. But I don't think Purdue. I don't think Purdue would have trouble with Texas. But I just don't see Texas making that far. But South Carolina and Tennessee are two really good teams. South Carolina has had a bad end to their season.
Yeah, I think Tennessee's a really good team. Uncle Drew says he's got Tennessee coming out of it.
I think so too, man. I think they play good enough defense. And now that's a team you're talking about being a possible one all season. They've been a one until they weren't. So
to the very end. Kennett, he's a baller.
Yeah, Joe just says Utah State's a great team. I agree with you, Joe. I agree with you.
Like I said, fun tournament. I'm curious from the chat if we got a little time who thinks like what's a big upset somebody has or any upsets anybody throw out there just give
us y'all's biggest upset. Yeah. I am interested to hear that. What's your biggest upset in the chat? And now I'll give you mine in just a second. What's your biggest upset that you see in this whole tournament, this whole thing?
Let me look. I'm gonna look through and see too.
I'll take a peek. Y'all get to take a peek. Biggest possible upset. I don't see a 16-1 this time around. I don't.
I don't see one either. Is there
I don't see a 5 or a 2-15 either. I really don't. I don't see any of these teams. Like I think the closest, maybe Western Kentucky Marquette. I don't believe in Marquette. Iowa State, I don't really believe in either. I know what they just did in their conference tournament. I don't 100% believe in Iowa State either. I think Washington State is very underseeded as a 7, and I think they could make a long run. I think Auburn is like you're talking about a 4 seed that can make it into the Final Four. I see that. Like outside of Duke, I see Auburn being that.
Auburn also battle tested, man. They can do a lot.
We kind of worked through it. Mississippi State and UNC, man. Mississippi State is good, bro. It's a good team.
Well, you know
that's a defensive team.
I'm rooting for whoever could beat them. Let's go.
Yeah, that's a good team, and that's a defensive team. They didn't do UNC any favors with that 8-9 matchup. They really didn't. Like, we can't sit here and say UNC got gifted anything there. I mean, they make it out of that matchup, then the rest of their bracket, and I think they have smooth sailing to the Final Four if they get out of that Mississippi State game.
Uncle Drew got Charleston beating Alabama.
That's a big one. Yes, I agree.
My question is, do we think Caleb Love could shoot himself out of a first round win?
Yes, he could. Yes, he could. That's their MO, right? Like, everybody's got red flags. We have our red flags. Everybody else has their red flags, and it's documented. One of Arizona's red flags is when Caleb Love takes a certain number of shots, they don't win games. And I can't remember off the top of my head what that number is. I want to say it's like plus 18, something like that. But like when he is shooting because he's inefficient, he's not a good shooter, not a great scorer. When he's shooting a bunch of shots, that team loses, man. Because that means you're taking the ball out of people like Pelle Larsson's hands. Pelle Larsson's the guy that should be leading that team, not Caleb Love. And Caleb Love was just named Pac-12 Player of the Year, whatever. It's just that's an interesting dichotomy, man, for him to be named the Player of the Year in that conference, and then you also have that statistical background of him taking that many shots.
That's insane. I didn't even realize he was just because any game I saw, he had really bad shot selection. I didn't think he was the Player of the Year, so that shocked me.
Seriously.
I do like Uncle Drew's Charleston beats Alabama because you're gonna get 114 over a 3, right? And
Charleston's good. That's the new 5-12, man. 4-13 is the new 5-12.
Yeah, so you're gonna get one.
Like, Washington State has been a darling this year. They're a good team. They're a very good team. I don't know if Joe's still on the chat or not. They're a very good team. I like Washington State a lot. I think Washington State they weren't done any favors by being given Drake either. Drake's a good squad. That's a good squad. It's a tough side of the bracket too, man. This is a good ass tournament, dude. There's some good teams in this tournament. There's great matchups all around, and there are definitely some upsets brewing. Like, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. Anybody can beat anybody. Like South Dakota State, Iowa State. It's not a given for Iowa State, man. It's not.
I think another one too. I mean, as much as I do think Kansas and Gonzaga are going to play, I can see Kansas going down in the first round too. They're not
a great team right now.
Yeah, and they historically do have these huge upsets that you never see coming.
Mm-hmm.
I can see them being knocked out too.
And they're banged up, man. Like, McCullough he's hurt, but he's going to play, and Dickinson is hurt, but he's going to play. Like, and they're a big team, but they don't have a lot of depth. That's not going to be an easy win for them by any stretch of the imagination. I mean,
one person in
Stanford. I got to look at Stanford again. I don't know much about Stanford to see if that's something or a team that can really, really make that upset. But like, I think two of the seeds that are very close together but are super far apart in seeding is San Diego State and UAB. I think those two are closer together than their seeds, and that usually is a recipe for a tournament upset. Florida Atlantic, I know that's like they just made it to the Final Four last year. They put them with Connecticut. They were both in the Final Four last year. Did they play each other? No, they didn't play each other in the championship game. It was San Diego State.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they didn't play each other in the Final Four. But so, they're teasing you with that matchup. I don't know that Florida Atlantic makes it past Northwestern. I really don't.
They might not. Florida Atlantic is always fun to me to watch. So
they're a very fun team.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Northwestern, but Florida Atlantic, I know,
well coached.
Yeah,
Chris Collins has those boys well coached right now. Yeah. Well coached. Duquesne is an interesting matchup because I feel like they're overseeded as an 11 and paired up with BYU, so it's interesting to see how that's going to play out. Illinois is a tough team. They're a good team. They score the ball, man. They score the ball all over the place, so they're a good team. It's a good tournament, man. This is a good tournament. This is a very good tournament. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. This has been fun, dude. This is the first year we've done the live selection show special. This is a lot of fun. So
I appreciate you letting us jump on AC.
Of course, man. I appreciate you guys coming on, man. We got 448 views on this thing. That's good. Like, I'll take that. Thank you for all the I know we pissed some people off. I know there's some people mad about what we're saying about their teams. And we're gonna get the comments about us being Duke biased and stuff. Look, I ain't shitting on nobody's team other than UNC. So
I say leave a comment. I love to read it if it's good or bad. So
yes, sir. Just leave a comment. It's engagement for us. So you keep leaving those comments. Thank you. We got UNC people saying I listen to this podcast so I can hear how bad their takes are. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I appreciate it.
We appreciate it. We do appreciate
it. So
thank
y'all for tuning in, man. This has been a lot of fun. The selection show, like I said, join the Patreon. We're gonna have the tournament bracket on the Patreon for a chance to win a year subscription on the premium tier. Yeah, man. No, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you for jumping on, Eddie. Thank y'all for jumping on in the comments.
Thanks for letting me jump on.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. All right, it's been a good night. All right, talk to y'all soon. We'll have our prediction pod coming out this week where we predict Duke's run through the bracket. We're gonna have some coaches corner stuff coming up where we're gonna break down each of the teams that we might play in each weekend. So first weekend, we're gonna highlight all those teams on the coaches corner that we could play. So Vermont, Wisconsin, and JMU. So we'll look at all them and kind of break that down a little bit on the coaches corner. We make it through this weekend. We're gonna do the same thing next week. So make sure y'all sign up for the Patreon so you can see all that. All right. It's been a lot of fun. Appreciate y'all.
Let's go do.
Let's go do.